Hello and welcome to today's video. I am getting ready and I thought I would bring you along with me. So this is definitely going to be a full glam look. I want it to be very dark and smoky, kind of mysterious, but then also some like sparkle on the eyes. So we'll see what we can achieve, but I'm going to be wearing lots of makeup and I want it to look very nice and as natural as I can make it. So since we're going to be layering a lot, my skin being prepped and moisturized is going to be really important. So I'm going to go in with the Olehenriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. And I'm just going to take a bit of this and pop it where I need moisture. I'm going to go into an amazing primer for filling in your pores. This is really great for event type makeup. So this is the Monistat Complete Care Chafing Relief Powder Gel. It does say it's a skin protectant. You don't want to use this every day, but it comes out kind of like a gel, but then it dries down to like a powder, and this stuff just locks everything in. It works so nice with any foundation primer combination. This stuff is amazing, and I do believe it's actually a makeup artist's secret, and I love it. For foundation, I definitely want my skin to be glowy and radiant, so I'm gonna go in with the Dior Forever Skin Glow. I'm in the shade 1N. Dot this on my face. It's also very buildable. I would say Dior foundations are hands down my favorite brand. I have 3 of them. The only one I don't have, fun enough, is the like full matte one, and they just work amazing. Oh, and the air flash. I've got my beauty blender here, and we're just gonna bounce this on the skin. When I'm layering lots of makeup, that's when I like to use a beauty blender to make things a little bit more sheared out but also look more natural. I find that using a beauty blender gives me more of like an airbrushed finish. So I just added a bit more, and I'm building up the coverage. I am going on top with a very full coverage concealer. Just gonna go in with a brush and kind of try and blend if there's anything that needs to be blended. Going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to give me that full coverage look. This is a concealer I always pull out for special occasions. It is very full coverage, and I do feel like it can clog your pores if you use it repetitively, like day after day. But it does give me really, really good coverage, and it does last a long time. So I always keep this in my makeup collection. I've always got a Shape Tape on the go because I just know that it's perfect for those special occasions. I'm gonna go with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I'm also using a lot of my favorite products. I should have mentioned that today. These are things that I've loved and have stood the test of time. So whatever I'm using today is definitely something I have loved and stand by. And it's not something new, it's everything that I know. I know how it performs, how it's gonna work, and there's no surprises. So that makes me feel like I'm gonna get the look that I have in my mind. Bronzer, I'm gonna go into the Patrick Ta Statuesque Bronzing Duo. It's this right here. I'm gonna go in with my small stippling brush from e.l.f. and just give myself a nice contour. And I'm just kind of patting it down and in place. I'm just kind of outlining my eyes here and adding shadow so they look a little bit more lifted. And so there is light here, and then it makes them look a little bit more snatched upwards. So like as if I'm pulling my skin upwards to kind of get like a more angled kind of cat eye look. Or I guess it's the fox eye that was really big. And then because my hair is pulled back, it's lifting up my eyes a bit more. So creating shadows here and making sure light is in this area. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to set using the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder. So just kind of finely dusting this everywhere. I'm gonna go back into the Tarte and I'm gonna go into the powder bronzer. I'm going to use the Smashbox angled brush. Just dab it in. And I just like to buff it in circular motions. And then just dust it again to accent that angle. I'm going to add a neutral blush, and then once the eyes are done, I'm going to go on top. So I think for now, I'm going to use this Tarte Chez Sincere Monochrome Moment blush. Just focus it out here. So I feel like this is like a lighter bronzing shade, which makes it like a really nice in-between kind of shade. So if you were someone who didn't want to have a bronzer and a blush, I think this would work really well as both. It's kind of in between, and you could definitely just place it right around here and get away without having bronzer, because it's very much that tone. I'm going to curl my lashes now. I was trying to figure out what smelled like vanilla, and I just realized it was the candle behind me. It smells so, so good. I love it. Shout out to Chantel for giving that to me. Love you, bestie. All right, now I am applying the Urban Decay Primer Potion all over my lids. I really do want everything locked in and set in place. I don't want any budging, I don't want any creasing or movement with this look. I'm also going to do my eyebrows with the Benefit Precisely My Brow, which is my favorite pencil. A look like what I'm doing today does require quite a few brushes. I just grabbed a bunch that I had in my drawer because we're going to be using a bunch to make this look and really put a lot of effort into it. I think I'm gonna go with the Supreme Bronze palette because it's a new palette from 2021. So I think this is the one I'm gonna use. It's gonna look really, really pretty. So let's just dive in. Going to use this Luxie 216 tapered blending brush. I'm gonna go into Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder and put this all over the lid. I'm now gonna go into Toasty, which is this shade right here. With the same brush, I'm just patting it in, placing it down. So for this look, I want to really keep things high and lifted and open because we just mapped out shadows. So there's some darkness here and there's light here, and I want to stay above the light when I'm adding darkness so that they contrast. So the next thing I want is just a really small blending brush that I can really get into my crease. So I'm gonna go into Taupless, which is this shade right here, and just working back and forth above the crease. So just directly above it. If you want, you can open your eyes when you do this so you can see that line. And then I'm going to pinch the ends and run it underneath. I'm not gonna do a winged line today, so I'm gonna have a very oval shape. So just going back and deepening, and then I can take that first brush and blend the two together without adding any more color. Just soften up the line. So the key to having a darker smoky eye is to making sure that you blend and blend and blend until you get the right kind of color, because the more you blend it, the better the look will come together. You don't want to have harsh lines. You want to make it look like you did just place black all over your lid, but really it was a combination of like two to three, maybe even 4 colors that got you there. Now I'm going back with the same, what is this, Katie Jane Hughes number 17 brush, and I'm gonna go into Baked, which is the darker brown here. So we're getting close to that black. You can see the tip of my brush is getting darker and darker, and it almost has that gradient that is on my eye. And I'm gonna focus it on the outer edge and bringing it up, but not all the way in. We're smoking out the edge, not the full eye. So keeping it kind of centered around here. And we're also gonna do a bit of a cut crease for this look. So don't be scared or anything. This is really easy to do once you've practiced it a few times. And honestly, it's all about the blending, the layering, making sure things don't fall down and they stay in the right position. So just really focusing it out here, and then we can take it right down about halfway. And you can see this eye shape take effect. Now using that same brush, and just note that once you keep adding darker and darker shades to it, you cannot go back and use this for the lighter ones. So you have to know that you're at a point where you're ready to go up to the next dark stage. But I'm gonna go in with this angled brush, and we're gonna go right into Shady, which is the black in this palette. Holding it on an angle, going to stamp it and lightly brush it in. Being very careful with the placement. Gonna do the same before I blend it out on this side. Now we can go back into this little brush and blend it out ever so lightly upwards and downwards. Then I'm going to go back into that first brush, just softly diffuse it. And then we're going to go into the black with this brush, right on the bottom lash, just right here above the crease. It's like this little arch. Gonna do the same here, just lightly going in, tapping off. Don't need much. And you've got a really black eye. It's only gonna get more intense with lashes, mascara, and liner. Then we're going to do the cut crease. Now for this, I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape, and you need a flat brush like this. You can see it's very skinny. Going into here, just picking up a bit. Don't need much. And this is a great concealer to do a cut crease with. We're gonna keep it pretty low, just the lid that you can see. And I'm going about 3/4 of the way. I don't really want to touch the darkness that's over here. Doing the same on the other side. I'm going to use this flat brush and into my Mercier Radiance powder. And I'm going to set where I just placed the concealer so that it doesn't really transfer up above, because I do have hooded lids. So for some people, they might be happy just to stop here, keep a matte eye, and add lashes, some eyeliner, and go about their day. I like shimmer shades, so I'm going to apply some to my lid. So I'm going to use the same one that I used for powder, and I'm gonna go into Glisten, which is this taupey silver right here, and try and apply that all over the lid. I'm gonna go in with my pinky. So that does give me a sheen, but it's really not what I was looking for. So I think we'll go in with, I'm gonna go in with this Dose of Colors Block Party in Slinky. This is the shade right here. And I'm gonna apply that using my pinky onto my lid. See what that does. Gives me a really nice silvery glitzy eye. Now I'm gonna take my Makeup by Mario black eyeliner. It's the Pro Pencil in Super Black. I think probably this is the best black I have tried. It's really, really nice. And we're gonna keep it tight to the lash line. Really focusing it on this outer third. And then bringing it close to the lash line, but not all the way through. If I bring it all the way through, it's gonna make my eye look really small. So by keeping it maybe 1/3 or 1/4 open, I'm still keeping my eye open, so it looks a little bit bigger than it is. Now I'm gonna go in with mascara, and I'm gonna use the Stila Huge Lashes. And I'm gonna go in with the M Cosmetics, what is this, Pick Me Up Mascara, to just separate the lashes a bit. Now I'm gonna apply a lip. I think I'm going to use the KKW lip liner in Nude 1. I want a very neutral lip so that the eyes are the centerpiece. Oh, I forgot how good this liner was. So creamy. Now this is definitely a concealer lip kind of look, and I think you really could get away with concealer lips for this eye look, and it would look very kind of J-Lo-esque. I think a good alternative to that one is the Patrick Ta Monochrome Moment Lip Crayon. She's humble. I think this would work nicely if you can't get the KKW Beauty one. And then I'm going to use the Too Faced Cinnamon Bun lip, because I remember this being a little bit cool toned. Now I feel like the cheeks need a tad bit of color. I'm gonna use this one, which is the Dior blush in 89 New Red. And what's nice about these Dior blushes, I have a whole like Z palette full of them. They build up so nicely. I think all the colors are stunning, but there's lots of options, and I really like all the different colors in here. Like this would look really pretty with this look. I might reach into that in a second. But even though this looks really hot pink, it's gonna look really nice with the look, and because I know Dior blushes aren't that crazy pigmented, they just give a soft wash of color. You can see there's definitely some warmth being added to this look, but it's not really intense. This is like a Patrick Ta type formula, but with the higher price tag. I really like what that did. And for highlight, I'm actually gonna go into this Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting palette, and I'm gonna go for this pink right here, which is Kitty Cat. Work my fan brush into it. Oh, that's definitely a J-Lo glow. I'm gonna take a little pencil brush into here, and we're gonna get that inner corner. So I love what that did for the look. I think we just need to add the lashes and this look is complete. So for lashes today, I'm going to be going into the Velour Barely There Effortless Lash. These ones you do not need to trim. They're perfect for small eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and do these using my Kiss Lash Adhesive. So one thing I've noticed with these lashes from Velour is that they're so easy to apply if you have small eyes. Normally the false lashes are really hard for me to do because they just don't fit and I have to take them off, trim them, but these just fit perfectly. So if you have small eyes, hooded eyes, I would definitely recommend the Effortless Lash. Hold my finger underneath to mesh the two lashes together, the fake and the real. And voila, I feel we are done. If you really wanted to, you could go over the lash band with the Mario pencil that I used, your black eye pencil. You don't have to because I have small eyes and the band was one of those invisible bands. I feel like I don't need to. I really like how this looks. I'm very happy with this makeup look. If you think that this lip's a little bit too neutral, you can go on top with, I'm gonna use this shade from Revlon. It is 004. And you can see that just kind of took the look a different way. It's still on the cool tone, so it looks nice with the black and the silver on the eyes and with the cheek, but it adds a little bit more color. But yeah, I am really loving this look. I feel like it turned out super, super well, and I am ready to party. Bye.